enjoying things from different countries, even though he strictly forbids or outright outlaws these things for his citizens. makes healthcare easy for himself, and yet basically impossible for everyone beneath him. Forces everyone into silence. Everyone who knows the true version of himself. Keeps everyone poor and miserable, and himself fat and happy. Keeps the country divided in half. And yet, in spite of all this, there are people who put him on pedestals, who actually pray to him as if he were Jesus and or God. Now, you would think that I'd be talking about Kim Jong-un, but nope. It's our own beloved President Trump. The one in charge of the free nation. Of our great democracy, who is supposed to represent the very best of the American people, who is supposed to represent us to the rest of the world. And yet, he wants to block everyone from the rest of the world. He wants to keep the rest of the world out of our country. And he wants us to be just as white and bland as he is. But the thing is, we're the United States. We're not the white states. We're supposed to be the United States, where different people come together, where different cultures come together to form one people. One people. And yet we have so much division right now. We're supposed to be the United States, and because of Trump, we are more divided than ever. We're becoming further and further isolated from the world. Our neighbors in Canada don't want anything to do with us because our leader is so fucking stupid and corrupt. Because of all the tariffs he puts on. I mean, yeah, personally, I don't know how they work, but apparently they cost a lot of money for stuff that comes out of the country, and we kind of need those things because well, what do we have? And we have services and goods and stuff that come from China. We have stuff and goods that come from Mexico. We have stuff and goods that we need from Canada. And we're not going to be getting any of that stuff anytime soon because Trump is such a fucking moron. Because he's not in this for the long haul, in the name of our country, of our people, of our democracy. He's only in this to keep his ass out of jail. He's only in this for himself. And I am so frustrated that everyone, because I know people. I was raised by people. I was raised around people who know better, who would think that maybe this guy isn't so great because of the things he says, the things that he does, the way that he talks to people, the way he mocks the handicapped, the way he talks down to people of color, the racist and xenophobic tendencies he's clearly let out. The things he said, the things that he does. He doesn't give a damn about LGBT people at all. And one of his people is actually hunting down people with autism. I have autism, and I'm not a threat to anyone. Yeah, I mean, I have no plans on going to college or anything like that anytime soon. I don't have any big prospects going on, but still, I'm a fucking human being. And I'm not dangerous. I'm not stupid. Naive a little bit maybe on a few things, but I'm not fucking stupid. I, and I know that a lot of people know this, that that Trump is not a good person. And I'm sure that if people actually knew who he was personally, I think they would turn tail and get the hell away from him, because even though they've seen on TV who he is, I don't think they really give a damn about him at all. I think Trump is just an excuse for people to just be the worst versions of themselves, and social and all these other social practices of being kind and just minding your business and being not a piece of shit be damned. Or they're lying to themselves or to other people. And I think it might be the latter thing, because, well, we're a social species, humans. We try to form social bonds with people. We try to be in a group. And if we don't have a group, then we're alone, and that's catastrophic. And I think with all these different people trying to find these groups and being afraid to lose their network, I think people are saying and doing awful things in the name of a man they don't necessarily believe in, that they know for sure isn't good, because these other people aren't good people themselves, but they don't want to lose them because they're their only social group or people they associate with. And when they go against the grain, they risk the chance of being cut off from that group, of being alone, and being cut off from a group and being alone often at times is terrible, especially if he formed bonds with these people. And in the course of lying to oneself that Trump is a good person, that he has your best interest, I think it's just a form of self-deception. You think that you're above certain groups of people, and whether it be of another ethnicity, of another sexual orientation or gender orientation, or something else that you don't necessarily agree with. But the thing is that these people exist, and they're no better or worse than you are. We're all human. We make mistakes. Yeah, we do things that aren't necessarily good or inherently good or moral. But should one be really judged? Should one person who makes a mistake really be judged? I'm sorry, I'm saying this wrong. Should the actions of one person judge the character of an entire group? I think that's what I'm saying, because that's just ridiculous. Because we're all humans, but we're also all individuals, and only the individual who did whatever it is that they did is the only one responsible for that. And it's wrong to make assumptions that one is better than an entire group of people because of something that one or many did. And I have seen various examples from various groups of people who would make things seem like none of us are good people, because you see people who excuse me, who loop LGBT people with child molesters, and that just doesn't make sense to me, because if you're going to categorize one group of people as another group of people, or group them together with another group of people, then you also need to group together other groups of people who fall under these social various social groups, because you also have parents or guardians of kids. You also have grandparents. You have foster and adopted parents. You have people from various religious sects and different religious groups. You have babysitters, you have Boy Scout leaders, you have Girl Scout leaders, you have Boy Scouts, you have Girl Scouts, actual Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, and you also have rappers, no matter what ethnicity they are. You also have you also have politicians, of course. You also have people in charge. You have police officers, you have firefighters, you have librarians, you have teachers, you got school principals, you got people who work in certain positions at certain places. You have their coworkers and you have their boss, and it's a wide spectrum. And if we were all, I'm sorry, and if you were to judge an entire group of people based upon the actions of one or a few, then would we all be condemned? But anyway, my point is that we're the United States, and it's wrong of us to just think or say that this is the American dream, that this is the United States, because it's not the United States anymore. It's the states of Trump, where we've all basically become peons to one man, who is only in this again to save his own ass, to have something to brag about. Oh, I was president of the United States, blah 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 blah. Well, you know what? Any stupid monkey or stupid parasite like him or anybody else could become president, because literally the American people themselves can decide who they want as president, and if they choose one person out of anybody else to be the next president, they can, no matter who they are. And yes, we have all these different qualifications on what qualifies as a good president, or who could qualify as president. But honestly, there isn't no good president, because yeah, there are all these presidents who have done various good things, who have helped progress our nation from the little rebellion that it was to over 200 years ago to the prosperous nation that it is, or was, today. And they also have their mistakes, and it was those triumphs and those mistakes that led us to becoming stronger and often at times weaker than we were before, which is unfortunate, but it happens. And this is a big misstep for the American people right now, because we have someone in the office right now, in charge of one of the greatest nations of the world, who doesn't give a shit about people of color, about LGBT people, about people with mental disabilities, about women, about basically anyone outside of his own shell. And honestly, it's just maddening, because we have people saying that we're the greatest country in the world, that we're basically the face of democracy, and that's not true, because democracy has existed long before the United States was founded, before natives from Europe, from Asia came over here and spruced up the place and made it their home, and before colonizers came in from the east and killed them and enslaved them and drove them off into the west. But yeah, we're not the face of democracy. We're not the face of anything. We're all that we are at this much is the face of buffoonery, of governmental corruption. I think that's what I'm looking for. Governmental corruption. I think so. But yeah, and yeah, at this moment we're slowly and yet swiftly becoming a failing nation. And I think the only way that could change is if Trump or to just not be in the White House anymore. We need somebody else. And that's why we needed Kamala in there. I mean, yeah, I'm sure that a lot of people were unsure about her, and I have reasons for being unsure too, but the thing is, we need somebody else. We need somebody new, someone who's not just some stuffy old white dude. Because it seems like whenever, or not every single time, just it seems like we've had nothing but stuffy white men controlling this nation, and we need something new. We need someone new. We need someone who understands what it's like to struggle in this nation. Someone who actually struggles, because according to history, people of color, women, LGBT people with mental disabilities have been second-class citizens for a long, long time. And we were going to get someone who was many things into the White House. We were going to have a African American. I think someone said she was Muslim. I think she said she was Muslim. I'm not entirely sure. I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, please excuse me. Female in the White House, and I think someone like that with several these different, who belongs with these different ethnic groups, and someone who works, someone who's female, could have really turned the place around. It could have made this country something truly great, something new, something better, something a little bit more, I don't know, evolved, if that's the word for it, because honestly, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this country sinking deeper and deeper just because people have a stick up their butt about something different. And different isn't always a bad thing. Because I'm different. I'm probably one of the most different people that I know. Because for one thing, I'm autistic. Two, I'm an androphile. And three, while I don't hate my body or what I was born with, I don't agree with it most of the time, because I never felt male, female, or even non-binary. I've just always been myself, and the hardware down there is just like fingers. They're just there, or eyes, or a nose, or ears. They're just there, and I don't really care about it, because I don't have my identity based upon my nose, my ears, my teeth, my eyes, my fingers, my fingernails. These are just body parts, and they don't make a whole person. And I'm just a person. I'm not even sure how much of a person I am, but I'm a person. And I forgot my train of thought. Lost my train of thought for a second. But yeah. And yeah, I am different, but I don't seek to harm anyone. I don't, and that's why I don't really do much of anything. I don't talk like this. I don't go out and do stuff because, for one thing, I don't want to end up in a position where I might get hurt. And second of all, I don't want to end up in a position where I'll have to defend myself, because I am a very large person. I weigh over 300 pounds, and I am almost 6'7", basically halfway there to being another foot tall. And I don't know, well, I do know how strong I can get, but I don't want to accidentally unleash that strength on someone and trying to defend myself, because I don't want to get hurt, because I don't like violence. I don't like having to physically defend myself, because I don't want to hurt anyone. And that could be dangerous for me. But admittedly not as dangerous as it would be for the other person if they decided to physically attack me. But the point is that I'm just a person trying to make it through in this crazy country as it is right now. And it's hard for me to do that with people like Trump in charge, and it's hard with people like the people he hires, who are so incompetent and angry and rude and just as pathetic as he is. And yeah, I know that I've said that people make mistakes, and I know that people are not perfect, but honestly, we can still do better. Our country could still do and use someone better than Donald. Because all he is a self-righteous, selfish, self-indulgent, and overall belligerent and slowly faded, wildly inadequate sociopath. And honestly, I cannot wait for him to just go away. And I don't know if third time will be the charm. I don't know if he'll be impeached. I mean, he's been impeached. But he's still there. He was still there. He came back, and I just don't get it. But honestly, he just needs to go. We need someone better. We need better leadership. We need actual leadership, and not some boss man trying to make more money and brag about, oh, I'm the president of the United States. Blah, 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 blah. Honestly, yeah, we deserve better than him.